In step 1, we determined what we want our retirement to look like. In step 2, we estimated our annual income need. And I know that you are dying to know what step 3 will hold. You've come to the right place as we are continuing through our 7-step retirement planning process. Welcome back to A Worthwhile Retirement. I am Jacob George, and today we continue walking through our 7-step retirement planning process. But before we do, remember that this information is general in nature, not intended to be taken as specific investment, legal, or tax advice for your particular situation. Okay. After you have thought about what you want your retirement to look like for you, that was step 1, and after you have estimated how much money it might take to fund that life on an annual basis, that was step 2, we start to work towards answering, how much total do you need before you can retire? About how much should be sitting in my retirement accounts before day 1 of retirement? That is the direction we're headed. But before we can get there, there's something we need to know. And that brings us to step 3 today. Step 3. Consider guaranteed income sources. If you did not save a dime towards your retirement, how much income would you have? And when would it start? Primarily, we are talking about pensions and Social Security. A quick history lesson on Social Security. When it was established back in the 1930s, nearly 100 years ago, it was designed to make up about 1/3 of a retiree's income. Another third was to come from their pension, and the other third was to come from their own investment portfolio. That's what they were responsible for saving. Now, what is the problem with this model today? Pensions are becoming more and more a thing of the past. Some of us still have them, most of us don't. And so we have become much more responsible for creating our own retirement income. And this 7-step planning process helps us determine exactly how responsible we need to be. But for today, step 3 is consider your guaranteed income sources. For most of us, that is just Social Security. A couple of to-dos to take care of in this step of the process. First, you need to know about how much your Social Security benefit will be. And second, you need to know when that benefit amount will begin. So part 1, how much will your benefit be? Everybody, and I mean everybody, who is working needs to go online and set up your Social Security account. I don't care if you're 55 or 25. You need to set up your Social Security account. Why? Because your benefits are based on your earnings. When they are calculating your benefit amount, they use your highest 35 years of wages. And sometimes, the data that they have is wrong. They will have the wrong number for how much you made. And if you never contact them to correct it, your lifelong benefits will also be incorrect. So the sooner you make your account and the sooner you start verifying it, the easier it is to stay on top of this. I do this every tax season. It takes me 5 minutes, not even. So make your Social Security account if you haven't already. I have put a link to their website in the episode description. It's just ssa.gov. And once you have made your account, if you are eligible to one day receive benefits, meaning you've got 40 work credits, then you can actually see your approximate benefit amount, your PIA, your primary insurance amount. That is how much you would receive if you filed for benefits on your full retirement age. Right now, that is 67 in 0 months. But you can also see from your account how that benefit will change based upon the age that you decide to file. We know that if we take our benefits before full retirement age, the amount will be reduced. And if we delay beyond our full retirement age, they will increase up to age 70. For instance, if you file early, let's say when you're 62, your benefit amount will only be 56% of what you would have received had you waited until 70. But of course, you get to start receiving your benefits sooner. So now we need to ask ourselves, when are we going to file for our benefits? When should you file for Social Security? And how do you determine this? Well, I had originally planned on answering this question today, but I quickly realized it would make this episode way too long. I try to keep these under 15 minutes. If you didn't know, that's kind of my personal limit. And an adequate discussion of when to take Social Security would be pushing that limit anyways, if that's all we talked about. So we will talk about it soon because it's important, just not today. So, step 3, consider your guaranteed income sources. You need to know how much you can expect to receive, and that also takes into consideration your own personal position on the Social Security program. I have shared my own thoughts on that before, so we won't get into it today. But you need to know how much you'll receive and when those payments will begin. So if you haven't already, go set up your online Social Security profile today. Thanks for listening, and I will see you next time.